All right, what's up YouTube? TradeModeJames here with Zone Trading Group. Today in this video, we're going to talk about Microvision's price action and where we're currently at, basically. Before I do that, make sure you guys hit the like button on this video, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell to get notified when I drop a video or I go live. Let's get it. All right, so guys, right now we did exactly what I said we were going to do in my last mvis video. All right, we came down to demand, bounced right off to demand. This was a nice scalp opportunity, and take profit would have been right here at this trend line when you saw this reversal. I pretty much made the call out that we were going to come up to trend line, find support, find supply, come back down, and either find more demand in the zone or break through this demand zone and come down to this demand zone. Now, I don't know what's going to happen here. I can't really predict the future like that, but if we look at what's happening here, we did find some nice demand here, okay? So this could be a floor. It could be if we come back down and we hit this demand zone again, there's not much room here for us to just come back up and find resistance at this line once again. It doesn't really make sense. So if we come down again and hit demand, this could be the touch point that takes us to the top of that, to outside the top of that trend line, which would put us outside this daily wedge, which can be considered a breakout trade. And like I said, we have not done that since June 10th. All right, this is the big wedge. We have not broken out of this in months and months and months and months and months. So to be down here at these last two demand zones, kind of just being in a spot where I think that we could break out here. We could. We're very, very low, all right? 587 on the ticker right now, and it just looks very promising now for the bulls. I mean, like I said, if you watch my last couple videos, we talked about the liquidity, where it's at right now. All the liquidity is now up here on this side of the trend line. All right, they've already taken the liquidity from down here, all right? So we already know that the shorts have, they've won this little 6-month war we've had going on, and now it's time for them to feel the burn, all right? And that's just how it works. Like I said, the market makers move the price where the money's at. That's what they do. They don't care whether the company has technology, or they don't care about the ins and outs. They take the price where the stop losses are, and that's just how it works, all right? That's how they make their money, stopping out those swing traders. And the swing traders right now are all up in this area on top of the trend line. So like I said, there's not very much liquidity down here. Now, if they want to target the people down here that bought, at sub $3 levels, I guess they could potentially, because like I said, there probably are some stop losses down here for people that were buying, in April 2020 and before that, or a little after that, anywhere between April 2020 and December 2020. So I guess anybody that really bought in 2020 may have stop losses down here, but like I said, I don't think that that's what they're going to be targeting, because I think that what they've done here is they've set up, they've given themselves a setup where they're going to make so much money taking this back up, because all of the people that have been shorting this thing since June 10th, you see all these touch points. Every single time we touch the trend line, we create liquidity, guys, all right? You got to understand that. Same thing as, consolidation. Liquidity is formed in the market when there's touch points on trend lines and the market's consolidating, all right? So every time, we do this, we're creating liquidity above, right? And every time we do this, we're creating liquidity below. Well, the buyers have already been stopped out, guys, all right? Everyone that bought here, they've already been stopped out by this price moving down like this. So now it's time to target the sellers. And that's just, in my opinion, that's how it works. We got to start thinking like institutions. And I think that, if I was an institution, I would do the same thing they're doing. I would just move the price to where the stop losses are. And right now there's a lot more people shorting this up here than we think. And like I said, they're probably all using stop losses, and I just think that's what's going to happen. So like I said, we're at an area of demand where we could possibly break out. If not, we might do what I said. We might come down through this demand zone here if we do, and come down and test this one. Now, this one was a nice little jump, right? We went from 551 up to about 618. That's not a crazy jump, but that's a nice, that was a nice scalping opportunity. So shout out to anybody that did that. If you guys are looking to average down, anything under $6 is going to be great. You might be in the red a little bit longer, but guys, at some point, this stock is going to reverse. All right. At some point, it's going to just explode. And I don't think that they're going to be doing it slowly like they have here. And I think because there's a lot of people shorting up here, they want this to do, if they want to get them, they're going to need to do that quick, before they have a chance to really, close their positions or, react to what's going on. And I think that that's what they're going to do. And I think at a bare minimum, they're going to take the price back up to $15, which this is a golden zone, by the way, if you didn't know that. This is a golden zone. I should probably make this gold. That's a golden zone. All right. So I think at a bare minimum, we do a 50% retracement from the June 10th downtrend. And I think, like I said, I think that this is a bare minimum. Now we got to have some things happen before that happens, right? We absolutely have to. This is how I found my golden zone, all right? So we need to get above that 23.6 line. And that 23.6 line is basically that 975 area. If we look to the left over here, that's basically this area we've been talking about for months and months and months. This is a super key level in the stock, and it's not a coincidence that that's the 23.6 line, all right? So we get above that 23.6, the golden zone is now activated, and I think they're going to take it up there for sure. I'm just convinced that if we get above 23.6, we're going up to that golden zone, which is around $15. Now, I don't know when that's going to happen, guys, but like I said, we're approaching a point where it can't go down much further. It just can't, it doesn't make sense. So, price action wise, the internals of the company wise, knowing where the liquidity is, it just all makes no sense that it would just keep coming down, maybe a little bit, but not much further. Right? Let's look at the short interest right now. I'm not logged in, so you can barely see it, but it's about 550,000 on on Fintel shorts available. So a week ago, I think it was about 2.5 million. So a lot of shorts closed. They closed their positions because they know probably that this is going to be going back up. And they, like I said, if there was 2.5 million, that's saying a lot. A lot of people closed their positions in this area that were shorting. So like I said, the liquidity is on top at this point, and we're going to see the market reverse here, I think, fairly soon, and start targeting this money on the top. Right now, like I said, market cap's under $1 billion, 969.85 million. We have 164.1 million shares outstanding. Public float is 162.82 million. Roughly 20% of the float is shorted, guys. It's a pretty high number. It could be higher, but that's still pretty high. So, like I said, there's still a lot of money up here. A lot of people still shorting this thing. So, like I said, I think the fact that the liquidity is on top of the market now, on top of the market price right now, is good for us. And I think it's not going to be that much longer, guys. I really don't. So if you guys feel the same way, if you have conviction in this stock, drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. But as far as the price action goes, guys, I went over everything. We have two demand zones here. We did exactly what I said. Hit this demand zone, came up and tested the trend line up here. We either come back down and test again, or we break through this demand zone here and come down and test this one, or we break out here. I don't know. Let's go ahead and check our pivot real quick. So you can see here, we have a pivot right here at this demand zone, basically. So the next one down is going to be below this demand zone. That's our S2 pivot. And I want to check the SMA real quick, actually, while we're doing this. Give me 1 second. Should have this turned on already. All right, so we talked about the last video also this golden cross that looks like it's potentially about to happen. We have this 50 SMA, this is the blue line, and the 200 SMA is the pink line, all right? So basically, it just looks like it's looking very promising. The 50 SMA has been under the 200 for quite a while, since June 10th, basically. Since July 15th, basically. We had that death cross on July 15th, and that just took us down, and we just haven't crossed back over since then. This was a good confirmation here, actually, that trend line going like that, because it looked like the 50 SMA was coming up towards that 200, and it was going to cross there. And that actually was a good, reversal confirmation. Like I said, we had that trend line, the 50 was coming up and testing the 200, and then it just kind of like came to a screeching halt and started going back down. So, like I said, the 50's coming down. It's kind of curving to the upside here. The 200's on its way down on top, and we're not that far away from it, so we're pretty close. If we break out of this trend line, we're going to get that golden cross, all right? I truly believe that. I think we're going to get some movement if we break out of the trend line, and we're going to see this golden cross, do something like that. We're going to see this do that. We're going to get that golden cross, and we're going to have this elevate us over this first level of structure, which is around 9, like I said, about 975, right there at that key level on that 23.6 line on the fib. So that's where we're at on the stock, guys. This is just a long-term hold, and like I said, this is a great spot to average down if you're thinking about doing it. This is a gold mine. This is a gold mine. You have the universe has given you an incredible opportunity here, guys. All right, to average down, and I highly recommend considering it. I can't tell you to do it. I'm not a financial advisor, but friend to friend, man to man, man to woman, I highly suggest considering it if you have an average above $10. This is a great spot. All right. If you guys like this video, if you like my content, make sure you hit the like button on this video, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and I will see you guys on the next video. TradeModeJames with Zone Trading Group signing out. Peace and love.